Good morning, welcome back to the vlog. So my off season has pretty much started now, which kind of gives me the freedom to ride when I want to ride and don't ride when I don't want to ride. Obviously I always want to ride, but I mean when it's raining or something, there's no pressure on me to actually ride. Later on this week I'm heading down south for the second half of the Tour of Britain, where I won't be doing any riding whatsoever. So whilst I'm at home and whilst I can go out on the bike, I am doing. But I'm literally doing like a 30-minute spin today. I might go to the cafe, I might not do. I'm just cruising around, which the word cruising has probably been the most used word in the vlog of the last 2 weeks. Today's ride's going to be closer to 50 minutes than 30, which is what I originally set out to do, but it doesn't matter. I just rode out to the cafe and back. Quick stop in Parbold, but now I've got to go home and I keep pulling out these cleats, so I need... In the past I always put stuff like this off, like changing my cleats. I just sort of wait till the next day, until they get like really bad. So I'm going to make a point of it this time. I'm going to change them sort of early and soonish. I'm going to head over to the shop this afternoon and pick up some new cleats. It is really, really warm outside. It's kind of the atmosphere just before a storm happens, when it goes really warm and cloudy. Hopefully there's no storm on the way, but I've just been to the high-end bikes shop to pick up some new cleats, and I'm going to give you one tip here when you are changing cleats, how you perfectly reline up the new cleats. Because as we all know, even the slightest change can cause some serious problems for your knees, for your feet. I came inside because, as expected, it started to rain. But as I was saying, you want to take a permanent marker of some sort and very simply just draw an outline around the cleat. I'm going to have to draw 2 outlines because I've got a shim and then my cleat over the top. I've got Tour of Britain on there in the background. But once you've carefully drawn those lines on, it's simply a case of undoing all the bolts and taking the old cleats off the shoe. Out with the old, in with the new. They are absolutely ruined. And now all we have to do is line up the cleats with the marks that we made on these little shims, and then line the shims up with the marks that we made on the shoe and tighten them up. So that took a little bit of time there to get everything just lined up perfectly. But we are done. The new cleats are on the shoes in the exact same position as they were previously. Alright, sorted. That should solve our unclipping issues now. So we are at the National Cycling Centre, or the Manchester Velodrome, this evening. I'm here with my sister. It is actually her first time racing on the track. So she's been doing a lot of track training sessions, like with the local club. But tonight is her first actual like track league race night. So I decided to come down and sort of see what it's all about. So as you can imagine, Emma is like super nervous, but it should be good fun. I'm just going to head up into the stands now to watch Emma's next race, but she just competed in the Devil race. Kind of finished in the middle of the bunch. She's a little bit nervous today. Today's more about the experience and just getting a feel for racing on the track, to be honest. It's not necessarily about coming to get results. Unfortunately, the second race wasn't quite as successful as the first race. She kind of finished mid-bunch in the first one, but the second one, unfortunately, she was detached a little bit now. There's racing of all different age groups today, so I'm just going to sit up here for a little bit and watch some of the senior races from up here. Because from up here, you've just got like a bird's view from the whole of the track. Alright, Emma, just finished up your first track league. How did it go?
Alright.
What was your favourite race tonight?
The Devil.
The Devil. What happens in the Devil?
Every lap one person gets dropped.
Like the last rider?
Yeah.
And which was the hardest race?
The 9 lap point race.
Why was that one the hardest?
Because it was the longest and it was at the end of the night.
So you were tired?
Yeah.
It's the following day now. I've just come in to edit this video and I kind of realised that I didn't really document Emma's racing very well. There wasn't really any methodical story to it. It was just kind of a few shots of some riders and then a little bit of me talking. I wasn't so much documenting how Emma was doing, which is what I was planning on doing. So anyway, I'll just try and clear it up a little bit and bring you up to speed. Last night there was 3 events at the velodrome. The first event was a 10-lap scratch race, which is essentially just a 10-lap race. Emma finished like 5th or 6th, I think. There was around 10 to 12 riders in each race, so Emma finished middle of the bunch in that one. The second race was the 9-lap point race, this is the one that Emma unfortunately got dropped in. And then the third and final race was the Devil, which is the one Emma was explaining, where the last rider every lap got dropped. She did a little bit better in this one and finished, I think, 4th or 5th. First night at the velodrome, it went really, really well. She absolutely loved it. She absolutely had an amazing time. I loved watching as well, and I think I'm gonna buy a track bike now. I think I'm gonna do it, and I think I'm gonna do some track racing over the winter because it just looks fun. No one was taking it too seriously. It was quite a chilled atmosphere. Everyone was talking to each other, and often you just don't get that atmosphere at road racing. But guys, that's gonna be the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more like track stuff, then drop a thumbs up in this video, and as always, I'll see you tomorrow at 5 PM.